What's up, guys? Magical Libra. We are back today with another Dark Magician video. So I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible because I could not make it into a YouTube short. So here we go. I have no idea what I'm going to name this video. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get on into it. For starters, I'm going to let you all know that I am going to be moving the channel in the direction of creating fan art for, or not fan art, fan-made Yu-Gi-Oh cards for the meta that will balance out the meta and make the game playable for a lot of other decks. We'll be creating fan-made cards for the Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, all the older nostalgic decks, lost and forgotten decks, and any other decks that you guys just throw my way, like, hey, we need some fan-made cards for this deck. What do you think would be good? I will research your archetype, and I will study the history of it, and then I will determine what I think is best. Also, give me your ideas for other cards that you want to see in your archetypes. As far as Dark Magician, we're going to continue on the Dark Magician slope here. We have been creating in the Dark Magician Discord group chat a bunch of different Dark Magician fan-made either erratas or brand new cards for the deck that actually makes it competitively viable, not broken, and can compete with Yubel, Tenpai Dragons, Snake Eyes, Rescue Ace, all this other really good decks. Now, as far as why we're doing it, yes, we want to see some love towards our favorite deck, but also, I just love making Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have since I was a kid. I just haven't really acted upon it till now. Now, maybe this video will reach Konami. Maybe they'll get some ideas from it. I don't expect them to comment back to me and go, hey, this is really good, you know, but maybe they'll see this. Maybe someone will repost this video, whatever, and share it with some officials. But I do want to say it is important that you give erratas and that you give a bunch of new support to your legacy decks and older decks that actually make them good. And I'm not talking about one card at a time. You recently stepped out on a limb here in the OCG, and you have given Blue Eyes almost 10 brand new cards without a single hint towards new Dark Magician, new Red Eyes, new Cyber Dragon, new this, new that. You've only given it to Blue Eyes. Of course, Blue Eyes is your main staple Yu-Gi-Oh card for your entire brand because, haha, Kaiba, I have money. But legitimately, this is what you need to do for all of your other decks and for future decks in the future that after they are created, give them more support later on. Not one card at a time. I would suggest 3 cards at a time, maybe 5 cards at a time. That way it kind of shows that, you know, you're really giving them some love. Make them competitively viable. I'm not saying remove tier 0 format, even though it would be nice. I'm saying make decks all tier 1 so that they're all a competitive staple and a good choice to play. But, you know, still keep your tier 0 decks, even though none of us like it. But you're going to do it anyway. So keep your tier 0 decks and just give some love to the rest of the decks that actually make them a tier 1 competitive strategy. Because currently Dark Magician is at Rogue right now. It was tier 2. But now it's at Rogue. So that's what we're going to be moving on. So let's go ahead and get on into the video. Sorry for the little delay right there. So we're going to move away from all of these over here. I think I have only this part of the mat showing, I'm pretty sure. But we're going to go ahead and talk about the Eye of Timaeus. Yes, everyone knows you can't search this card. We're going to give it an errata so we can search this card. No, that's not broken. Yes, it makes Dragoon. It makes Dragoon on its own, but now it can be searchable. All right. How is that broken? It's not really that broken because even if you could search this card, it still can be responded to. A general spell or trap negate can negate this card. An Omni negate can negate this card. A counter trap can negate this card. Removing the target can negate this card. Random niche interactions, banishing that specific monster you were going to summon from the extra deck can negate this card. You know, it's not really that broken. It has a lot of interactions, just like any effect monster on the field can be effect veilered. You know, remove the target and it doesn't resolve. With that being said, we're going to errata this card. What it says on the card, give me a second here. What it says on the card is, this card is always treated as Legendary Dragon Timaeus. Target one Dark Magician monster you control, and that is the problem. It says one Dark Magician monster. So that means Dark Magician Girl, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, Dark Magician the Knight of Dragon Magic, whatever that Dark Magician Knight card is that you summon from the main deck using Knight's Title, that thing. So that's cool and all, but that means it's a Dark Magician monster, not a Dark Magician. So that means it doesn't specifically list the Dark Magician, so therefore it's not searchable. Those of you who didn't know that about the Dark Magician deck, well, there you go. That's the reason why you can't search this card, and why probably your online searching isn't working for the Eye of Timaeus. So what we're going to do is we're going to kick that out of here, and we're going to make this card, which is the Eye of Timaeus errata. Basically, it states every last single word on that card except for target one Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl you control, and then fusion, and it says all the same words. So we changed it to say that, so that way it's still searchable off of cards like Magician's Rod, and other cards that we have fixed in the deck. So, hint, hint. So there is that. So what does that mean for this deck? Does that make this broken that you can search this? No, we already went over that. So after you can search this, what can you do? Make any of your Dark Magician monsters. Okay. For what cost? You have to first target and then wait for your opponent to respond. If you already have Eternal Soul face up on field, Dark Magician's unaffected by your opponent's cards. But if you don't, then they can respond by either negating the spell or trap or removing the target off the field. And then Eye of Timaeus does not resolve if they remove the target. Now, if Eternal Soul's on field, then he's unaffected, and they would have to first, they probably have to first say negate the spell or trap, or possibly MST the Eternal Soul. I don't know if y'all can see this. Y'all can see that. Okay, my bad. So they'd pop the Eternal. Eye of T would then resolve, make that fusion, and the Eternal would then pop the fusion, unless it's Dragoon. But that still gets rid of your other cards, so there's that. We're just going to go straight into, that is what the deck needs. It's not that powerful, I promise you. Us being able to put that Omni Negate on the field is not really that powerful if our opponent can walk straight through it. Because most of the meta can walk straight through an Omni Negate. So that's what we're doing. We're getting ourselves the Omni Negate that's already in our archetype, that is already hard to summon in our archetype. So we're going to remove that, and we're going to talk about the Eternal Soul. Now, we already posted this on the channel. I've been posting posts for Dark Magician support cards already on the channel in the community section. If you'll go to my channel description or whatever and scroll over to community, you'll see all the posts. But make sure to leave your notification bell turned on if you are subscribed, so you can still receive those posts without having to go search for them. But the Eternal Soul, what it states is every Dark Magician in your monster zone is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. If this face-up card leaves the field, destroy all monsters you control. You can only use the following effects of Eternal Soul once per turn. You can activate one of these effects. Option A, special summon the Dark Magician from the hand or grave. Or option B, which is to add a Dark Magic attack or Thousand Knives from the deck to the hand. Now this was okay for its time, and it's still somewhat okay in the Dark Magician deck. Anyway, now we do have somewhat Dark Magician support that we got with the Shining Sarcophagus, but that's not really Dark Magician support. That's more of Shining Sarcophagus support. That just took all of these other monsters and made them Shining Sarcophagus cards, which doesn't count, even though we can play that in the Dark Magician deck. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving this card an errata, which we already have, and you can go see the post on the channel, which what we did was, this is Eternal Soul. It is the tablet. It has the picture of the tablet version of the Dark Magician. What Eternal Soul already does is it protects Dark Magician, it revives back Dark Magician, but it destroys all your monsters. We saw it fit to errata that to destroy only all of your Dark Magician you control if it leaves the field. So that way, it's fair, it's balanced, it protects him, it revives him, it only destroys him. It should not destroy all these other monsters that have nothing to do with this tablet. In the actual show, which is funny because they use the tablet from the show, in the show, if the tablet gets destroyed, yes, the battle is over, but only that monster got destroyed. None of the other tablets the person had got destroyed. And sometimes there would be two tablets at one time, and it would fuse into a bigger monster, because they would they would cast the spell, not activate a tablet spell. They would like hold a wand and stuff. So if you watch the original Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm quoting all of that from the original Yu-Gi-Oh. But what we decided to do was we would change the effects to say, every Dark Magician in your monster zone is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. If this face-up card leaves the field, destroy all Dark Magician you control, and you can only use, and this is what we changed, each effect of Eternal Soul once per turn. Effect number 1 being to special summon Dark Magician, because it is his Eternal Soul that lives on. To special summon one Dark Magician from your grave or banishment. So it is eternal. It will always bring him back from wherever. And the other effect you can also activate in the same turn, which would be to add one card, that's monster, spell, or trap, from your deck to your hand that mentions Dark Magician in its text. So if you already have Eternal Soul, you can activate its effect to special summon Dark Magician from the grave or banishment, and then activate its other effect to add the Eye of Timaeus, and then play that Eye of Timaeus. Therefore, protecting the target, they would have to then negate the Eye of Timaeus with a spell negate, or Omni negate. Otherwise, we would make our Red Eyes Dark Dragoon or any of our other powerful fusion monsters. If we're going for second, we're not going to go Dragoon at all. We'll go for Knight of Dragon Magic and, basically give all our monsters piercing. But that is going to be it for the current 2 erratas of our Dark Magician cards. This is already the real fake proxy card. So it is a real proxy. It looks real on the back. It's obviously fake on the front. It's got, shatter foil. It's got like a rubber feel to it. But it's good for proxy, good for playing with your friends. And maybe, just maybe, Konami will see this and be like, this is good. We may do this. We may create a new card that's searchable, that does what Eye of Timaeus does, but with maybe a cost. And they might make Dark Eternal Soul an errata. They might do that. Or they could just make a whole new, brand new, continuous trap that basically does what Eternal Soul does, maybe without the unaffected version, something like that. I don't know. But that is going to be it, and I'm going to give you guys a hint because I'm recording this on Tuesday. Today's Tuesday? No, today is Monday. I'm recording this on Monday, and I hope to post this on Monday and have that new post on the community tab for the new errata card that we're going to be posting, because I'll give you a hint right now, or heads up. There are 6 erratas that we are doing for the Dark Magician deck, and there are 6 brand new cards for the Dark Magician deck that we're also going to be posting in the community tab as well. I am going to also be posting possibly a YouTube short for every new card that we post on the community tab, so that way you also still get a video, just in case you guys haven't been seeing the post. So if you like the content, please make sure to comment down below what was your favorite part, what new kinds of card ideas you have for not just Dark Magician, but your other different archetypes, because we will, after we get done with Dark Magician, I believe we're going to go into Red Eyes, but I don't have anything for Red Eyes yet. So we could just go into your archetype if you leave it down in the comment section below. I will study your archetype, I will learn it, and you give me some card ideas. I'll also create some card ideas, and we will get you your archetypes, fan-made support cards that actually make it competitively viable. So without further ado, guys, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe and turn those bell notifications on so you don't miss another exciting card that we post on the channel. And as always, keep it real.